What if I told you that the most important relationship you will ever have is the one between your mind and your body? It sounds so simple, right? But getting it right is, well, it's the key to pretty much everything. So, in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how these two parts of you are designed to work together in, you guessed it, perfect harmony. So, let's just start with a really fundamental question. I want you to think about your life right now. Are you the one consciously steering the ship, making deliberate choices about where you're going? Or do you ever feel like you're just a passenger, kind of being pulled along by cravings, by fatigue, or just fleeting emotions? This right here is the core of what we're digging into today. Okay, to get to the bottom of that question, we need to understand the two key players in this whole dynamic. We've got the commander and we've got the instrument. Getting this relationship right, that's the foundation of a balanced life. So who is the commander? This is what we call the self. Just think of it as the conscious pilot in the driver's seat of your life. The one who's actually reading the map and deciding on the final destination. So, what is the self really? It's the very core of your consciousness. It's the source of your willpower, your ability to understand what's going on, and your capacity to feel real peace. But most importantly, the self is the decider. It's the part of you that sets the intention and says, okay, this is the plan. The self basically has three main jobs. As the seer, it observes and tries to make sense of what's happening. As the doer, it makes the critical choices, everything from the small stuff to the huge, life-altering decisions. And as the enjoyer, it's the part of you that actually experiences the results of those choices. The joy, the satisfaction, and yeah, even the lessons we get from our mistakes. And this is an absolutely crucial distinction. I mean, think about it. That deep sense of satisfaction when you finish a tough project, or the sting you feel from a harsh word, those aren't physical sensations, are they? No, they're experiences that happen within the self, right inside your consciousness. All right, so if the self is the commander, what role does the body play? Well, it's not the master, it's the instrument. Think of it like an incredibly sophisticated tool that the self uses to navigate and interact with the physical world around us. The body is pure hardware. The flesh, the bone, the nerves. It doesn't write the script, it just performs it. It's the hands that build, the legs that run, the voice that speaks, all taking directions from the self to make its intentions a physical reality. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. The body doesn't feel emotions. It only sends data, physical sensations. Hunger is data. Pain is data. The self is the thing that interprets that data and decides what it all means and what to do about it. So the sensation is in the body, but the feeling, that's in the self. When this partnership works the way it's supposed to, it's just a perfect harmony. You've got the self acting as a wise, caring leader, and you've got the body as a loyal, capable servant. And they're just working together in unison. This, right here, is the state of balance we should all be aiming for. I mean, just look at how cleanly this breaks down when you put them side by side. On one side, you have the self, the conscious decision maker, the source of our deepest feelings. And on the other, the body, the physical performer, the provider of raw sensation. They have completely distinct yet perfectly complementary roles. Let's see this in action. Make it real. You've got a huge exam tomorrow. Your body is sending all kinds of signals for immediate comfort. Go to sleep, watch TV, do anything but study. But yourself, the commander, it sees the bigger picture. It makes the decision, it issues the command to focus, and the body follows. It sits at the desk, reads the book, takes the notes. That is harmony in action. This quote really just gets to the heart of the relationship. It's not about domination, it's about direction, and this is the key word, nurturing. A wise self doesn't abuse its instrument. It leads, sure, but it also protects and values the body as this essential tool for experiencing life. But what happens when this perfect partnership breaks down? Well, this is when the roles get dangerously reversed, and the instrument starts trying to be the commander. This imbalance, it usually happens in one of two ways. We can neglect the self, becoming almost obsessed with only our physical needs and comforts, or the body can just completely dominate, with the self simply chasing the next hit of pleasure or the easiest path forward. Either way, the result is exactly the same. The driver is no longer in control of the vehicle. So, if there's one single thing to take away from our time together, let it be this simple but honestly life-changing truth. For a life of balance and purpose, the self must be the commander and the body its respected and valued instrument. That is the proper order of things. And so, we end right back where we began, but hopefully with a much clearer map. Take a moment to ask yourself, honestly, who's really holding the wheel in your life right now? Is it your conscious, purposeful self? Or is it the immediate demands of your physical body? Your answer? Well, it might just change everything.